Green Lantern number 24, written by Robert Venditti, art by Billy Tan. This is part one of the Lights Out event, but that's kind of disingenuous because it's been going on for quite some time in Green Lantern New Guardians. But regardless, we're dealing with it here. So we open up in Oa. We see that Hal is there with John, Kilowog, and Selak, and there's a problem with the central power battery that Selak is trying to fix. And Hal's telling him, like, oh, well, go on, fix it. Like, what's going on? He's like, look, we've got power. It's coming out, but it's severely diminished. Something is wrong, and we're running on, like, emergency fuel now. So John explains that at the end of whatever issue it was in, probably Green Lantern Corps, the spirit of the battery, the what was it called? Entity named Ion, just kind of splatted out, and he looked sick. And then a lot of other entities showed up, and they were like, hey, we're going to go die, come with us. And Hal's like, okay, that sounds bad, but like, would that even affect our rings? And they're like, well, I mean, we should talk to Kyle. Kyle was actually in charge of Ion for a while. Like, he hosted him in his body. So anybody know where Kyle is? And then all of a sudden, Kyle, St. Walker, Carol, and the rest of the Guardians all teleport in. And they crash down, and Carol's like, hey, Hal, Relic is a thing. And he's like, who the hell's Relic? He sounds old and stupid. And Kyle explains, like, no. He is old. He's from, like, the universe before ours. He figured out that emotional energy is a finite resource, and that when it was drained from his universe, all of it went bye-bye here. And Hal's like, okay, well, I don't believe that. I don't think that we are draining the universe, so that's stupid. And at that point, we just wait for a little bit. We see that St. Walker is not better. He's not healed or anything like that. Kyle can't figure out what's up with it. The Blue Lanterns, of course, are gone in that book as well. And Hal kind of pauses for a second. He's like, oh, they're going after other cores? Oh, Guy's in trouble. And he's like, what do you mean Guy's in trouble? He's like, oh, nothing, you didn't hear that. So at that point, he's like, okay, so this guy's old. But, like, if he's that old, how did he manage to beat the crap out of you? And the Guardians are like, he's really big. And then all of a sudden, Relic's ship shows up. And, of course, it's really big. And he steps out and he's like, hey, hi, Green Lightsmiths. I'm here for your light. And Hal's like, hey, we're not lightsmiths. We're lanterns. And, no. And Relic's like, okay, here's the thing. Whatever you want to call yourself, I've already figured you guys out. I've looked into that one's brain. I know what all this stuff is. I'm going to take your light now, and if you surrender, I will let you live. That's the trade-off here. And at that point, he says, of course, we're never going to surrender. We're Green Lanterns, damn it. And so Relic's like, all right, pity. Clicks a button, and all these little drone robots come out and start latching themselves onto all the lanterns. And Hal's asking Kyle what the hell this is. Kyle's like, I don't know. He didn't use this last time. I guess he's got a bunch of toys. And all the drones start making their way to the central power battery. So Hal's like, all right, well, I know how to throw a punch. So he blasts Relic with his ring, and Relic's like, ow, that kind of stung. Don't do that again. And so Hal fires off another shot, and Relic uses his stuff to deflect it and send it back at Hal, which Kyle's like, oh yeah, by the way, he can do that. And Kyle's like, oh, thank you. So at that point, he's just going in after that. And John and them, like, they're held down by the bug stuff, but the bugs eventually just go all focus on the central power battery. And John just asks, why isn't he attacking us? Like, what's going on? It's like, look, he's not interested in fighting us. He genuinely thinks he's doing a good thing, and he's just after the power battery. That's it. So then Hal finally steps up, and he says, all right, game plan. Kyle and Carol, you guys take out the drones. Kilowog, go get the recruits, make sure they're cool. John and Selak, go get all the tiny little portable power batteries we have, as many as you can of those. I'm going to go punch Relic in the face. And John's like, wow, Hal, you're acting like a real leader. So everyone goes off to do their things, and they just start failing miserably right off the bat. So we have John and Selak make their way towards the other power batteries. The drones are already in there draining them, so they're just doing whatever they can. Hal tries throwing some, like, missiles and stuff at Relic. None of it works because he's just using his tech to catch it all. The recruits are getting just blasted as Kilowog's trying to defend them and teach them how to blast away the drones at the same time. And Kyle and Carol are stuck within well, I guess Hal manages to upset Relic enough that he's like, all right, you want to keep firing off missiles, I'm going to do my thing. And he activates the cannons or whatnot on all the drones. So immediately there's a million laser beams firing off in every direction. John and Selak return with like 4 power batteries and say, this is all we could get. And they're already drained. They're already emptied. So we don't have any hope here. Kyle and Carol are just trying to defend themselves from the lasers at this point, and it doesn't look like it's going well. And so Hal's like, okay, Selak, what does protocol say in a situation like this? And he's like, the central power battery, we got to defend it. And Hal's like, okay, everybody converge. Oh, it's already out. And they look up and they see, yep, nope, it's been completely drained. Relic's like, see? Man, I was done with that in like 10 seconds. You guys were almost on empty. And they're like, shut up. It's only empty because you drained it, not because of us. So he fires all of his lasers at the central power battery. It blows up in a massive explosion. And then Relic takes off. And Selak's like, oh my god, he blew up the central power battery. You bastard. And everyone's like, well, it's fine. We'll deal with it. We just got to go take care of Relic before he gets to the other core. And Selak turns to Hal and he's like, no, you don't understand, man. When we put the central power battery on this planet, we did some like weird stuff with the planet's core so that they were symbiotic. With the power battery gone, Oa is going to die. And that's where we leave off. So I like it. I think it's fine. I think it does a great job of... I mean, last time we saw Relic was him destroying the Blue Lantern Corps, and he did a fantastic job of making him feel like a menacing villain that is highly competent at doing this stuff. I think that here is a bit weaker in that regard. I think that it's much more effective with the Blue Lantern Corps because of just how quickly he just did it. Because the Green Lanterns were just basically like 3 Green Lanterns and 3 recruits and then Kyle and Carol, it didn't feel like they were really able to put up that much of a fight. You know, it feels like it was just wiping the floor with them because they were so ill-prepared. But I do like the idea of, okay, because of this action, Oa's going to die. It's a ripple effect towards something that I think is more interesting because of the actions rather than the actions themselves. So overall, I think art-wise, it looks great. If I had any real critique here, it is that while Hal does throw out these plans, I feel like we only ever focus on like, a tenth of it. Like they should have devoted an entire issue towards the plan part. Like, oh, we can do this. We can finally survive. But I guess it does go against the fact that Relic is just this highly efficient guy. And we need to have this entire story done in like 5 issues, I think. So yeah. Overall, I'm going to give this one I'll give it a 7.5. I do enjoy it. I think it's good. Next part of this is going to be in Green Lantern Corps, so we'll see. I mean, I don't even know who we'd be dealing with there because John's already here. So, yeah, I think it probably would just be the same group again. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, seeing how we handle all this. Maybe we go out and deal with the entity problem. Who knows? But 7.5 for this.